your lunch hour with Activate Good, and here to learn about our awesome community partners that have joined us today. Be sure that you have the latest version of Zoom if you have a moment to do that and come back. Next slide, please. First of all, thank you to our awesome partners that make these virtual volunteer expos happen. State of North Carolina and Volunteer NC. This has been a great way to connect with you all throughout this pandemic. Next slide. A little bit about how this flows today. We will talk to you a bit about Activate Good, meet our community partners, learn about their missions, and have some breakout sessions with them. You'll be able to kind of float from room to room and get to know our partners a bit better and learn more about their volunteer opportunities throughout the year. We will reconvene here at 1 o'clock to play some trivia, and someone will walk away from this virtual volunteer expo with a Target gift card. So please stay with us to play trivia at the end. Next slide, please. A little bit of etiquette before we get started. This is being recorded, and the slides and additional resources will be sent out to you after this via the email address that you provided when you registered. So be on the lookout for that email. It will contain all of the opportunities we are discussing today as well. During this presentation, please be sure that you're muted just to help us minimize the background noise. And be sure to use the chat. We love to chat with you. If you have questions along the way, you can drop them there. Please keep this family friendly. And a note about trivia, some of these trivia questions will relate to hints given throughout the presentation. Others will just be based on your best guess. So when we get to that at 1 o'clock, just do your best. Next slide. All right, so how to participate today. We would love for you to open up a second tab. Go to menti.com on your phone or computer, use the code 40985673 to join in. You'll be able to interact with the slides that you see today and comment as we go. We'd love for you to participate this way. And this is also how we're going to play trivia at the end of this virtual volunteer expo today. So be sure to open up that menti.com tab, and we can drop that code into the chat after this to be sure that everybody gets it. I see some folks interacting already. We'd love for you to play along. We'll give you all a moment to do that. And we are the faces you will see today. I'm the Senior Programs Manager here at Activate Good, and along with me are Amber Smith, our Executive Director, and Natalie Chevalier, our Civic and Volunteer Programs Manager. I'll let them say hello. They're waving to you.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Hello, hello. I'm managing the slides, so if I'm all over the place, just know that that's what I'm doing. I've got multiple screens up.
She is our Wizard of Oz, Activate Oz. Next slide, please. I'm just happy to be here. I'll be your MC. I feel fortunate to connect with all of you. So many like-minded, diverse folks here at Activate Good, and it's been so inspiring to witness all the do-goodery you guys have taken on, and even in the middle of a pandemic. So thank you so much for helping the many causes that we strive to serve, and for activating good. I'll let Amber share a bit about who we are and what we do.
Hey there, always good to see some familiar faces and lots of new folks as well. Welcome to our Expo today. I'm Amber Smith. I'm the founder and executive director of Activate Good. For those of you who are not familiar with us, we want to share a little bit about who we are and encourage you to stay involved beyond even today. So we believe that everyone has a responsibility to work towards a better world, and our ultimate vision is to be a part of creating a world in which every person realizes and acts on their potential to make an impact in their community. So we improve our community in partnership with many wonderful organizations through what we call people-powered projects for good. Next slide. A little bit more about what we do and how this works day to day. So as I mentioned before, we have some amazing partners. We have a network of about 600 local organizations. This is nonprofits around the Triangle, but it also includes some schools and civic clubs as well, and other types of organizations that are on the ground doing great work. We work with them to identify some of the biggest needs in our community across a range of issues, from food insecurity to housing, to supporting education, to helping animals, helping the environment. You name it, there's a cause for you. We identify the needs, and then we turn around and we aim to mobilize the community to go meet those needs through volunteer service and civic participation. The final thing that we do, which has really grown over the past couple of years of the pandemic, especially because so much was virtual, is education. We want to make sure that not only are people out there taking action, but they're informed as to why that action is needed. So helping people understand the local issues and causes across the range of issues that we tackle with our partners, so that everyone can be informed and engaged change makers in our community. Next slide. All right, turning it back over to you, Rose.
I'm happy to introduce our partners who are here to share about their missions with you today. You will hear from Circular Triangle, General Services Foundation, Be Well Foundation, and Housing Options for Student Today, as well as the Great Raleigh Cleanup and our friends at Pinecone, the Piedmont Council of Traditional Music. We're happy to have them here today, give them some love on Mentimeter. And without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick off the portion of this where they will share about their missions and their volunteer opportunities. Next slide. Circular Triangle, we have Kristen Schillings here to share about their mission and opportunities. I will let you take it away, Kristen.
Hey y'all, I am from Circular Triangle. This is an organization that works to move the Triangle towards a more circular community. A circular economy is one that is based off of regeneration. So recycling is everybody knows that word and loves it. And that is absolutely a part of a circular economy, but we want to even expand beyond that and help create systems that are based off of regeneration instead of creating any sort of waste. So we work to build a local capacity for a transition to this circular model. One thing that we do is we try to work across sectors. So we're looking to make change at system levels, in addition to just educating individuals about what's going on. Right now, we're focusing on creating a business pledge where we can bring people mostly from the private sector in and try and engage them in more circular practices, give them a network of other people who are interested, and give them some direction on things that they can be doing. And we do have a monthly community volunteer meeting that you can sign up for on Activate Good. That's the first Tuesday of every month. Thank you. Yes. So that is those community volunteer meetings are the first Tuesdays of every month. We're still having those on Zoom. Another really cool thing about Circular Triangle is that you have a lot of capacity to choose your own adventure. So let's say you've got a great idea and you want to see if we're interested, pop by a community volunteer meeting, see if we can get a group together. We're absolutely always looking for new projects from folks. So that's what Circular Triangle is about. I'd love to see you in the breakout room for more information.
Thank you so much, Kristen, for sharing that. It's so interesting. And I hope you all see a flurry of volunteers signing up for your sessions. Next, we have Be Well Foundation and Housing Options for Students Today. I will let Annika and Libby share about their programming.
Well, hello, everyone.
Go ahead, Annika.
No, take it away, Libby.
Hi, I'm Libby Stevens. I'm the program coordinator for HOST. HOST stands for Housing Options for Students Today. And we are a partner program with Be Well Foundation, which is a nonprofit here in Raleigh that has helped launch HOST. We launched in February of this year. And Be Well's mission is to end the cycle of intergenerational homelessness through support and advocacy for college students. HOST is doing that by coordinating a host home program for college students who are experiencing homelessness or housing insecurity. And we have a couple of different ways for volunteers to engage with us. One is we need some support. Since we are a new program, we need support with communications projects like social media, web design, a marketing plan, those kinds of communications activities. We would love to have volunteers who have experience and skill in those to support us with those. We have a kind of unusual, unique opportunity for volunteers, which is hosting a college student. And so hosts would provide space in their homes for college students who need short-term housing while they work on a long-term plan for stable housing. And we'll be talking about that more in our break room. So I hope you will join us to hear more about hosting and our communication needs too.
Thank you so much, Libby and Annika. We appreciate you sharing about that. And we are going to launch into some info from Preston with the Great Raleigh Cleanup.
Hi, everybody. My name is Preston with the Great Raleigh Cleanup. We're a volunteer organization here in Raleigh that is fighting the litter issue. We believe that everybody deserves to live in a clean neighborhood, and our mission is to make that a possibility. In the breakout rooms, I'll talk to you more about our opportunities, but we do a large group cleanup once a week, usually about 30 folks. And we also have an opportunity, if you're unable to make our large group cleanups, for you to do some cleaning up on your own through our Adopt the Block program. But I can tell you all you need to know and answer any questions that you have in the breakout rooms.
Thank you, Preston, so much for all the awesome work you're doing. I mean, I'm curious to know how many pounds of litter you've already cleaned up to date. I know it's a lot. Thank you. And next we have General Services Foundation, our young change makers here, Sonali and Rutika. I'll let you two take it away.
Yes. So hi, everyone. My name is Sonali, and I'm the executive director here at General Services Foundation. And we are a 501c3 that attempts to teach high schoolers and other youth, whether they're elementary or middle schoolers, how to get involved in service. We understand that a lot of the times students want to volunteer and get involved, but they just don't know how. So we provide funding and seed funding. We provide other resources. We provide a community of other students just like them who want to get involved in service. And then we also teach and mentor each student on their service journey. And our hope is what we can do is we can really do more in teaching this workforce development and teaching them more about the nonprofit community. One thing I bet that you all probably don't even know is that in North Carolina, there are approximately 120,000 nonprofits, which is personally what I think kind of insane. But that really shows how involved the community is. And if we are able to help people get involved at a young age, then hopefully they can find passion and even some workforce development that is essential for growth. That being said, we understand that only 10% of the population in our country actually works for nonprofits. And we want to actually be able to create that workforce development and teaching these high schoolers how to get involved further in careers and paths in the nonprofit world. And that's a perfect segue to Ruthika, who is actually 16 years old and working at a nonprofit, which I think is kind of insane and awesome. But she can tell you a little bit more about our volunteer opportunities.
Yes, thank you, Sonali. So in terms of our volunteering opportunities, a lot of them are related to our Young Nonprofit Fellowship Program. And in this program, we kind of link students, high school students, with nonprofits who are willing to offer internship positions. So these students can learn transferable life skills in these positions. So a lot of this is kind of teaching a lot more about professional development. This includes creating marketing video tutorials, creating video tutorials on how to create a LinkedIn profile, how to create a resume, how to make professional email writing, And also, we're also creating volunteering mentors for these high schoolers because interning for a nonprofit sometimes is a lot and there's lots to learn. So mentors would be great for this. And we're always looking for students interested in joining our program, but also we're having a lot of youth opportunities coming up in the future. And we'll be talking a lot about that a lot more in our breakout rooms. Thank you.
Thank you too for getting the next generation of do-gooders launched in such an awesome way. Thank you so much. All right, Nathan with Pinecone, please share more with us about World of Bluegrass and what volunteer needs you have.
Yeah, hey, my name's Nathan Price. I'm the volunteer coordinator with Pinecone, working at the IBMA this year. Pinecone is a local nonprofit that does a lot more than just IBMA. We help preserve, present, and promote all forms of traditional music and other folk performing arts. We do everything from, make sure that people know about artists like Elizabeth Cotton, who are from Chapel Hill and one of the most decorated folk artists of all time, to working with kids and helping teach lessons and, everything we can to just get the word out about the rich history of folk in the Piedmont area. One of the main things that most people know us for is the IBMA, the World of Bluegrass Festival, which here in Raleigh is, along with Dreamville and Hopscotch, is probably maybe the second biggest, possibly the biggest festival in the area, which is where most of our volunteer positions come from. Right now, our main volunteer needs are centered around our green team. So we kind of work with like campsite rules, like leave the site better than you found it. And our green team helps with that by helping to, assist with waste pickup and recycle sorting at the different spots throughout the festival footprint. That's over a week at the end of September, and it goes everywhere from our conferences at the convention center to the shows at Red Hat. We'll have more volunteer opportunities listed with Activate Good in the future, but this is one that we know for sure we'll need, and we thought would be a great one to share with everybody.
Thank you so much, Nathan, for all that you do. And I'm sure you're going to get some awesome volunteers out of this today. All right, it is time to go to our breakout room. So a bit about how that's going to work. Once they have opened, you will simply click the option at the bottom of your browser window for the breakout rooms. It looks like 4 little squares. You will join the breakout room for the organization you'd like to know more about and repeat that when you'd like to go to another. Occasionally, the Activate Good team will ask you to switch rooms. To return to the main room hosted by us, you can just click the leave room button in the bottom right corner of your screen and select leave breakout room, and that will automatically return you here. If you cannot get to a breakout room or figure this out, our team at Activate Good will be here to help you along